Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at a couple action figures made by Mego, and they are Pharoid and Centaurus. These two are from the Micronauts line. These are vintage toys from the late 1970s, early 80s. And these two were part of my childhood collection, and somehow they survived into my modern day collection by some miracle of avoiding all the garage sales and moves where things got lost. I should point out that there is one replacement part in this. Over here on Centaurus, I'd actually replaced the head on this. There was a group of reproduction Micronauts toys that were made in the early 2000s, made by Palisades Toys, and they reproduced Centaurus in several different versions. And one had a black head with the glow-in-the-dark brain, and mine, my original one, had lost his brain a long time ago, mainly because the attachment point on this, on the vintage original, was very bad, and the brain would fall off all the time, and it's very common to find these missing. So in order to make this look complete, I just swapped out the head with the Palisades version, because when Palisades did their reproductions, they actually improved this attachment point, and which means I won't lose the brain on this one, and it will stay looking like it should when it was first reproduced back in the day. So let's take a look at these up close. Look at some of the articulation on Pharoid. Pharoid is very fragile, as you can see. His legs are very wobbly. The O-ring that holds this together is very much like a GI Joe, and I believe this is the original O-ring on this. So it is deteriorating over time, which makes this thing very fragile. He has a lot of difficulty standing on his own. So, but we're going to go over articulation on this as carefully as possible so I don't break anything. So at the head, it's on a ball joint. So he gets front and back, side to side, and rotation. A lot of articulation at the head. At the shoulder, you can see he can extend out. And he also gets 360-degree movement at the shoulder. At the elbow, there's a single joint. At the wrist, this part is on a ball joint, so a lot of posability at the wrist. You can rotate it, you can move it back and forth, side to side, and this little handcuff also rotates too. So at the waist, I'm not going to move it too much, just because I'm worried about that O-ring, but he does get front and back, side to side, and rotation. At the hip, he can extend out, he can extend forward, he can extend back. Single joint in the knee. And at the ankle, there is a ball joint. So you get side to side and front and back movement. So most of the time, I keep Pharoid in his time chamber. And I'll show you that real quick. This time chamber, there are a couple different variations of it. These hieroglyphs are different on different editions of Pharoid. But inside, you can see this little peg, which allows you to stow Pharoid away for safekeeping. Part of the reason why this particular figure looks as nice as it does is because when I didn't have it out, I stored it away in this time chamber, which kept it free of dust and kept all those metallized parts looking nice and pristine. So, and that's how I keep it today. I keep him stored away in the time chamber. Keeps him looking nice and fresh. On Centaurus, we can take a look at this up close. Really cool looking figure, sort of the centaur, and you can see the articulation on this one, very similar to Pharoid. He's on a ball joint at the head. There's a little bit of restricted movement because that glow-in-the-dark brain smashes against the shoulders, but it does rotate. He also gets 360-degree rotation at the shoulder and also bends back and forth like this. Single joint in the elbow. These accessories are removable. He gets a shield, and he gets this crossbow blaster in the other hand. Very cool. At the waist, he gets side to side, front and back, and also articulation at the hip joints. At the knee, you get a knee bend. These little hooves also rotate. And on the back, there's another O-ring that holds together the back two legs. So you get similar articulation to the front. You know, a lot of posability, and there's a joint here where you can extend these legs back and forth also rotation at the hoof on the back part. That's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider subscribing to the channel and also click the like button. I will be doing more videos about my vintage Micronauts because I have others in my collection. So if you want to see those videos, consider subscribing. And I'm hoping you're having a great day, and thanks for watching.